you are gonna be the father of the year today, man. I'm just freaking rock and roll. Here we go. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Halloween is here. Fucking Roy better not be here. Fucking this.
Track in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and down on 2, 4.
I'm coming, goddammit.
Roy, happy Halloween, man. Hey, listen.
Dan, what can I do you for, man?
Hey, where's Bella and Willie at? I got him some Halloween presents here. It's trick-or-treating time.
Yeah, man. Linda took the kids down to the park a little while ago.
To the park? Okay. Hey, what time are they gonna be back? They're gonna be back before the trick-or-treating time?
Listen, Dan, I already told you. The kids are going as Ghostbusters this year.
Ghostbusters? No, this is the shit right here, man. I've been seeing this on the freaking TV for months. Now, will you take these and give these to them?
It's Ghostbusters this year, Dan.
These are expensive, Roy, man. Come on, what do you think? Will you hang on to them? Will you give it to them?
It looks like a pumpkin in a gourd.
Yeah, it is, but this is the ticket item for the year, man. This is what all the cool kids are going to be wearing.
Ghostbusters, Dan.
Fucking Ghostbusters.
You know you're not supposed to be within 15
fucking
feet of
Bill
here
Murray.
anywhere.
Oh, god dang. Okay, yeah, okay, fine. All right, listen, hey, hold these for just a second. I'll take them back. Listen, I'm going out of town for a couple days, okay? Do you think I can leave, what the fuck are you watching in there, Roy? What is this? Does Linda know about this? What is this?
Don't pay attention to what I'm
Fine, all right, cool.
watching
fine.
in here.
Hey,
Give me your goddamn card and get out of here.
All right, listen. I'm going out of town for a couple days. I had something come up. Okay, there's some weird shit going on back here in Haddonfield, and I got some
You
fucking.
got quite a bit of equipment you're taking there with you.
Hold that. That's good. You always need that. Emergency situations, you can put that shit on anything. Listen, I'll be here for 2 days. Okay, have them give me a call. I want to talk to them about Halloween and shit, and see how school's going. I'm trying to be a better dad. Okay, so just give me this. Have them call me. Okay, and we're gonna be good, right? That's
Okay,
fine.
Dan, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good, Dan.
Yeah, that's cool.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm pumped. I'm ready. It's Halloween time. It's noon. I'm good. It's fine. Fair?
Fair.
All right, Roy. I'll see you later, okay?
Okay, Dan, you
All right.
take care of yourself, Dan.
You got it. Yeah, you're good.
Fuck you too, Dan.
Here I am trying to be a good dad. Fucking Roy's getting in the way. He thinks he owns these kids now. He's a freaking moron. Well, if you can pay for that disposal, I'll pay for the mask. It's getting late. I could use a drink.
Oh, wow. What idiot would throw this away? There's a big giveaway tonight. I'm going to win. I'm keeping this. Like, oh, okay.
It's almost time, kids. The clock is ticking. Be in front of your TV sets for the horror-thon. And remember the big giveaway at 9. Don't miss it. And don't forget to wear your masks. The clock is ticking. It's almost time.
Oh, wow. It's time for the big giveaway. I wonder what the big prize is.
Halloween, Halloween, happy, happy.
Time for the big finale.
Halloween, Halloween, happy, happy Halloween, silver shamrock. Happy, happy Halloween, 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 happy, happy Halloween, silver shamrock.
It's time. It's time. Time for the big giveaway. Halloween has come. All you lucky kids with silver shamrock masks, gather round your TV set. Put on your masks and watch. All witches, all skeletons, all jack-o'-lanterns, gather round and watch. Watch the magic pumpkin. Watch. watch.
What's going on, guys and gals, and welcome to Good Real Hunting. We're in for the good reels so you don't have to. It's your boy Brad, the Brightman's over there, and welcome to week 3 of the HalloScream Review Series already, man. We're 3 weeks into this thing, and we're on to an underrated gem today, Halloween 3, one that nobody really, well, I guess a lot of people kind of like it these days, but, you know, for the most part, everybody kind of hated it. But what
Except
are we
for
doing?
that one person I talked to about Facebook about it.
That's true, man. You'll definitely find a share of haters these days, man. But I'm excited to talk about this one. It's a breath of fresh air at this point already. You know, 3 movies in, and we're doing something different, which is cool. But what are we doing? We're doing the HalloScream Review Series. What that is, that's going to be, you know, that's your landing pad, rather, for Halloween Ends this October. We started a couple weeks ago with Halloween 1978. Each and every Monday, we're giving you a fresh new Halloween review leading up to Halloween Ends, and then we're going to be ranking the franchise at that point. And we're not going to be doing it alone. We're going to be joined by all these lovely people on the screen. Their links are in the description down below. Check those out, as those reviews will be coming out today as well as Matt Fauci's Kill Ranking. Chris Snyder's going to be doing Letterboxd reviews as well, so check those out. If you don't follow him, check him out. His reviews have been good so far. Today will be no different, so stoked about it. And man, we're ready to get freaking rocking with Halloween 3, Dr. Chalice, man. I'm ready.
Hell yeah, man. I wish you kind of wore your Dr. Chalice get up for this particular review, but you know, I'll kind of let it go because I do not have my goatee that I'll show off next week. But anyways, besides the point, I'm freaking pumped. I'm freaking ready because this is the anthology route that the whole Halloween franchise is not really called the Halloween. Yeah, kind of like the Halloween anthology franchise, as you say. That's the direction they were trying to start with Halloween 3, but people wanted the white mask. They wanted Michael Myers. But, you know, we love Halloween 3, so we're going to freaking talk about it. So, Brad, let's freaking get started with our movie facts.
Ooh.
All right, let me get a deep breath real quick. Halloween 3 Season of the Witch was released on October the 22nd of 1982. So, dude, we're going to be celebrating a 40-year anniversary this year with Halloween 3. IMDb, 5 out of 10. Letterboxd, 3 out of 5, where most of the votes came from the 3 category. The tomato meter, 43%. I'm not sure why I have it as fresh, so I apologize because it's spoiled rotten from the tomato meter. And the same thing with the audience, too. It's spoiled, too. So, but I guess that's just me in preference saying this movie's really damn good. So again, apologies for that. The budget of this movie is $2.5 million, with a domestic of $14 million and global 14 as well, because it was not released out of the United States. And the director, Brad, you remember this dude, Tommy Lee Wallace is directing now, Mr. Michael Myers. And the cast is Tom Atkins, Stacey Nielkin, and Dan O'Harrihy. I know I mispronounced that, so would you pronounce that, please?
Dan O'Harrihy. I like the way you did that. I'm just going to stick with it. I'm surprised the audience score is as low as it is, because everybody seems to like it. When you talk to, at least I guess when you talk to Halloween fans, you know, every once in a while you'll find, you know, someone in the rough that just, you know, doesn't really like it. But for the most part, everybody likes it. Everybody thinks it's a good, you know, part of the franchise. I get why people initially didn't like it, because it didn't have Michael, you know, but I think we've come to grow and accept that as a society at this point.
Yeah, man. And it's just, who does not like Tom Atkins? Tom Atkins
He's
is
legendary.
the most Tom Atkins in this movie than any other movie I've ever seen him in.
He's got an ass, and you know, he works out for sure. And
I actually don't think he has no ass in this movie.
But you know, he's got the khaki, he's got the doctor look. He's a classic character of the franchise. Honestly, he's like, if we were to tier the characters, which we will at some point if we haven't already, by the time this comes out, I mean, he's going to be up near the top, man. He's freaking fantastic.
Oh, dude, he'll be a freaking top of the top for me. But that's a little spoiler on that one for Mr. Tom Atkins, aka Dr. Chalice. So, anything else you want to address about these movie facts,
Nah, dude.
except for my mistake?
Nah, dude.
All right, there we go. So let's freaking again. There's no Michael Myers in this movie. However, we do gotta give you some kind of card. So we decided to give you a Silver Shamrock Halloween 3 card, with the lead tour being freaking Cochran, man.
Ronald
And
Cochran, dude.
this movie, in his little factory, his whatever you like to call it, 8 kills. How were those kills performed? Hands, the Silver Shamrock Button Beam. God, that's funny. Varmints, a drill, and an android transformation.
Okay, dude, I like that. That's neat.
Dude, that's going to be one of our most unique freaking weapons of choices in the entire franchise. See, it's fun. This movie is fun. Man, I can't wait to get in a deeper discussion with this.
Dude, I can't either, man. You ready to just get into it? You want to go ahead and get rolling?
All right, let's freaking get rolling. And just in case if anybody's new to HalloScream Review Series for Good Will Hunting, Brad, how are we going to do this?
Dude, we're just going to talk about it. We're going to, from the best of our memory, we're going to chronologically go through the movie, talk about what we like, what we don't like, and we're just going to give it a rating at the end. And I think we can start that process by
WTF and Best Kill.
Yeah, of course. At the end, we'll give our biggest WTF and best kill at the end before we give the rating. But man, this thing starts off with a banger, man, with a score, and then we get that the dude's running up to the gas station there, and he's got a mask in his hand, and he's getting chased by some people, some sketchy people in suits. At least to our knowledge, we think they're people, and
oh yeah,
he gets himself stuck in a situation, and he kills him, a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
There.
And sorry, I'm just laughing just because our buddy Chris, he always complains about this particular death scene, the opening death of one of the people in the suits with the car going so damn slow, kind of like how the tractor went slow in Friday the 13th, Part 5, and the freaking Austin Powers of the
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what's going on. We don't know anybody involved at this point. These are all strangers. They're new, people to the franchise. It's a whole new story. It just, it starts with the dude running. And then one of the bad guys is on top of the guy that's getting chased, and he there's a car over there, and he yanks the freaking the chalk for it. That it makes it start rolling. And yeah, like you said, it's the slowest freaking kill you'll ever see. The guy he looks up, and the music's great. We get a banger of a score. It's like, and he looks up and turns, and the car's coming. He just waits for it, and he just crushes him. And it's kind of a weak crush, but it's a $2 million budget, so whatever. And the guy just gets up and runs away.
Yeah, he freaking runs up, gets away, finds a gas station where he just collapses. Again, carrying the mask. He's trying to warn people that this company is bad news, man. And then we get our first or second shot, because I'm pretty sure the mechanic was watching the television too, of our classic commercial. I'm not even going to do it, just because I'm sure everybody who's a big fan of the Halloween franchise, especially in this movie, has heard that enough times already.
Halloween.
And plus, I get a little bit of a headache every time I listen to that song, so we're just not going to address it. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, speaking of which, I need to clean up my ferment problem. But yeah, anyways, we get cut to a house where 2 kids with a Halloween mask on, just getting in the good old Halloween spirit. And then we get freaking Mrs. Chalice, played by Nancy Loomis,
coming back. Yep, love the freaking comeback.
Yeah, which that's great. And plus, that's what I love about anthologies is you're bringing kind of like what American Horror Story does, is bring back the same actors and actresses, but playing different characters. To me, that's fun. That's always a good time. But then we get the most legendary, pretty much my father figure at this point, Mr. Dan Chalice, aka Dr. Chalice.
Oh, yeah, freaking great. We get the introduction to him. We realize that he's not, him and his wife is separated, divorced, whatever. They're no longer together. He's still trying to just fend for the kids. He's dropping the mask off, a couple of Halloween masks, which he probably did not steal from the hardware store for his kids, for them to wear, here tonight for Halloween.
Ghostbusters, Brad.
Fucking Bill Murray. But yeah, man, good introduction to him. He gets a call from his page. He's got to go to the hospital, and the reason he's got to go to the hospital because the dude that claps at the gas station is there now, and he's gripping that mask, and he's like, he's all freaking weirded out and shit, like he doesn't know what's going on. He can't really talk anymore. All he knows is he wants to hang on to that mask. And already right off the bat, man, I love the mystery, the mystery here and the opening of this movie. Wonder what the hell's going on with this mask. We have no idea. First time watching this, what's up with this mask? Why this guy's gripping it with a death grip, and why he's running from these guys in the suits and all this stuff. And it's really good mystery, and it sets up a good bit of detective work by Dr. Chalice and somebody we'll meet here in a little bit. That just really just drives and propels the story. I think it's really cool, and yeah, I mean, I like that.
Oh, dude, I love it too because it's the originality of storytelling and mystery and all that. Again, we're away from Michael Myers and we're into this brand new story. And yeah, like Brad, I was fully invested. I wanted to know what the hell was going on, what was up with the mask and everything. And so again, we're continuing to dive on in. The guy is sedated, taking a little snooze, and then what? We get another guy in a suit freaking going in, putting on his little glove and all that, Advances probably one of the most brutal deaths in the entire franchise. Right there, just I know. Dude, what makes it worse isn't the sound effects of like the pop at the end of it too. Dude, that is freaking brutal, man. And yeah, so our boy, who we don't know, dies. And then
he sticks the finger right in the eyes, though, and he lifts the bridge of the nose up, and it's nasty. The effects are good, but yeah, the sound is what does it.
Dude,
Fucking
the
gnarly.
sound every damn time. And then after that, the guy in the suit walks out, gets into his car, and sets himself on fire. So again, just where you thought like we have more of a mystery, there's just another layer added on top of the mystery going, what in the actual hell is going on in this town?
Whilst being chased by Chalice. Chalice comes in like he was taking a nap in the freaking the nursing station or whatever he does. The guy's he's definitely got some issues going on.
Probably slipping off a hangover.
Oh god, yeah. He's taking a nap. He comes out and he sees the guy coming out of the room after he murks the guy. And he chases him. He's trying to murk the murker. He chases him. He's trying to figure out what's going on. And then he does fall him out into the parking lot. And that's when you said, Bert, he pours himself in gasoline and then freaking burns himself alive in the car. Car explodes. Big ass explosion again, like Halloween 2. This is the second Halloween movie in a row with a car explosion. A car explosion here, by the way. Put that on record. That's 2 in a row. Will there be a third? We'll find out soon enough. But yeah, so that was cool. Again, builds to that mystery. I love that. And now Dr. Chalice is on the hunt because the next day, dude's daughter comes into the hospital that died.
Ellie, and I love her.
Oh yeah, she was great. Yeah. She comes in. She's like, "Oh, that was my dad. I'm sad." And then she was like, he was onto something. He was like, he was investigating something. So her and Chalice link up, and they're like, "Let's go investigate this together." Because Chalice is very, he's really into this now. So now they got a road trip to take, and that's when he calls his wife and tells her he's not coming home. He says he's got the 6-pack. That's when he's got the 6-pack of beer, and he puts it on the payphone. He's like, "I'll call you Monday. Okay, I got to go out of town for a couple days." And yeah, him and the new girl, they go off on that road trip.
Yeah, Ellie. Yeah, it's just talk about like freaking father of the year status. At least he gave a call, it's like the kid's like, okay, I'll be home Monday. So like, at least he made a call. He could just, guys, this pack, get out with Ellie and just freaking go, man. So like, God, leave Dr. Chalice alone.
But yeah, like you said, Ellie's good. I think she's kind of underrated character again in the franchise. Her acting, gets a little sketchy from time to time, but overall, I thought the character was good.
But that's part of the 80s cheesiness.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's not much of a ding. It's just something that you notice when you're watching it. But the two of them they drive out to this secluded ass town. This is one of my favorite scores in the movie is right here when they're driving down. We played it at the beginning of the intro, that really kind of creepy, like super creepy score that they have playing when they're driving through the cornfields, and the guy like looks at him and he's like, "Oh, whatever," and he keeps driving. That's good. And then they go to that small secluded ass town, which I really like that setting for the most part.
Especially like nobody there too, because you're even like starting to think there, okay, what again? That's just another layer of mystery you're adding. Like that's what's fun. You're adding all these layers of mystery, and as the movie progresses, you remove each layer with an answer. And I love and I just love having fun with that kind of mystery of a movie. I love having fun with that. So just yeah, the setting was absolutely spectacular because if they get in some deep shit, which trust me, they are going to get in some deep shit. Who's going to help them?
Yeah, there's nobody because nobody knows what they're doing. So meanwhile, Chalice has his nurse like investigating the
Teddy.
remains. Yeah, she's investigating the remains from the car explosion at the hospital. And I don't know exactly at what point this happens. It might be a little bit later, but she calls in while he's at the hotel. They're staying at this little hotel now. They're posing as like husband and wife, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah,
'Cause he's in town.
a motel.
Motel,
Sorry,
hotel, Holiday Inn.
Yeah, sorry. Lately, I've learned the difference between motels and hotels just because I'm about to go on a vacation and stay in the motel.
Well, you want to stay at the Overlook is where you want to stay, but either way,
No.
either way. So yeah, they show up. They're in disguise as husband and wife. He's in there for the freaking mask convention. He's there. He's a mask salesman, kind of deal like the other dude that we'll meet in a little bit.
Oh yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that's what their cover was because he wants to meet Connell Cochran and see what's going on.
Either way, it's a solid alibi or a solid plan. So
they're posing together in this little motel, and they're having a good time. This goes on. I feel like this is the part of the movie that kind of drags a little bit, just a little bit. I do like the setting, but I feel like this time in the motel goes on a little bit for a while. But anyway, the Teddy calls him saying, "Hey, I'm investigating the shit from the explosion, and it's all freaking. They must have just got car parts because it's all fucking like gears and shit. There's no bones. There's no human remains here." And that's kind of again adding on. What? This is getting weirder and weirder by the minute. What's going on with that? Come on, that's just strange, right? This is cool. So again, I like that. And then him and Ellie get it on in the motel.
Oh yeah, and then we get one of our classic freaking lives, man. Of like, where do you want to sleep, Dr. Chalice? Well, that's a dumb question, Miss Greenbridge. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Just freaking Dr. Chalice. And I want to go back real quick with the whole Teddy investigating like the car explosion and trying to find the bones or stuff like that. Fucking Dr. Chalice had to woo her over just to get her to do that.
That's right. Yeah, freaking Bond style, dude. This guy's James Bond in a freaking Halloween movie.
Oh gosh, I mean it's freaking fantastic. So we get that, and we meet this lady who's also there for kind of like a for the mass convention or sales meeting
motel,
and all.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then she decides, like, she's in her room, tucked in for the night, was reading a good book. Then she decided to, meddling with this button on the back of one of the mask, just meddling with it, and all of a sudden, we get this big laser beam shot right to her damn face. Scared the living hell out of me on first watch because I was not expecting that. And then we just get amazing practical effect work on her face. All kinds of freaking broken up bitch. She can no longer look in the mirror. And then and you thought that was the worst part of it? Nope, not the worst part of it. Freaking farmers freaking just start coming out of her mouth, man. Dude, it's gross.
That's the best part. I'll tell you, the best part is the fact that Chalice and Ellie are still getting it on next door. And then she's like, "What was that?" And he's like, "Who gives a shit?"
Yeah, who gives a shit?
Who cares? Gets back to it. They've been going at it for hours. Like, I don't know. The age gap
Dr.
is very
Chalice is the
creepy and weird.
damn man. He freaking has taught us. This is why he's my role model. Cardio, my friend. Cardio.
He's lasting longer than any man in the history of men.
Hey,
and
lasted longer than the boyfriend in Halloween 78 in the opening scene.
That's true. This series has seen the spectrum from no time at all. This is like Dr. Not Gordon, Dr. Loomis in Halloween, Rob Zombie's Halloween, giving us the spectrum of colors. So there's white, which is no color, all the way up to, there's black, which is no color, all the way up to white, which is all the colors. This is like we go from 0 seconds all the way up to 4 hours in the spectrum of Shagwagon here. And Chalice does a really good job, man. He does a really good job.
I'm freaking writing down Shagwagon in our list of dumb shit you say to go along with like the hundreds of dumb shit that I've said on this channel.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't very good because it wasn't a wagon they were in; it was just a hotel. But anyway, she blows her head off next door with the bean. That's where the button beam comes in. And then it gets weird. Connell Cochran actually shows up at the motel with some other goons, like the suited up guys. They take her body out of there, and they're all like, "Oh, it's all good. It was just you know, she's fine. We're giving her a ride to the hospital is what she says. That he says to Chalice. When he talks to the other guys, he's like, oh no, like this is a misfire. What happened here? What's going on? He's got all fucked. That was his private conversation with his goons. So again, just adding that mystery, bringing us questions as viewers from what the hell is going on here with these damn masks, because that doesn't make any fucking sense. And so that just makes Chalice want to investigate even more.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. And then I'm trying to remember what part of the movie. It's like the middle act of the movie. There's this random dude that is kind of starting to figure out how sketchy Silver Shamrock Factory is and all that. And then that's when the suits hunt him down and they freaking decapitate his head. Like, and it's not with a knife or anything like that. It was just literally hands pull up. Oh man, dude, that was freaking brutal too.
That was a gnarly kill, and honestly, he was out there like checking out the dumpsters.
Okay, sorry,
shit.
that happened before the laser beam kill.
Yeah, so already in this movie, we've had 3 really fucking good kills, and the best is yet to come. Like we're already talking about some of the best kills in the whole franchise already, 3 of them, because that had freaking decapitation. Yeah, absolutely. I'm talking like freaking crazy shit, man. We're not just talking about slicing people or choking people out. We're talking pulling their heads out, blowing their heads up with beams, and then we're about to get into another one here in a little bit. But they do Chalice. There's a family in town at the mass convention too, like a dude, his wife, and 2 kids, or one kid. Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory style. I'm Willy Wonka. This is my fucking chocolate factory, is what they're saying.
I want to have a Halloween mask now.
They're all there at the mask facility. They're all together just doing like this tour. Connell Cochran's showing them around. They're like, oh, this is where we take our best sellers. They do this little thing because the other family, he was like the best mask seller in all of California or whatever. So that's kind of the deal. So yeah, they go around through there, get to see a look at this mask factory. Nothing really like, inside is that crazy. But once they get outside, Ellie sees her dad's car out there in the outside lot. She gets all excited. She runs up to it. There's more dudes in suits that kind of come out of nowhere and they kind of just push them off to the side. And they're like, oh no, we can't go look at that, which is weird. They're going through this courtyard. There's guys up on the roof looking down. It's just very weird, still just building that weirdness.
Oh, yeah, I know. And plus, like, just to see the sheer disappointment in Ellie's face, too, because, like, at this point, you feel for her because you actually do like her character and all that. And then Dr. Chalice, it's like, we got to get the hell out of here. Like, because even Dr. Chalice at this point is like, okay, some sketchy shit's going on, but we're not going to be able to handle by ourselves. So he's freaking trying to bounce and all that. And then that's when he decides to call Teddy again to get an update. The phones don't work anymore. This is bad news, my friend, because as soon as that happens, freaking Ellie's gone. And not only is Ellie gone and freaking just got kidnapped by the freaking people in the suits, and the suits actually show up for his ass. Well, there's no ass to be freaking chasing, but you know the point. We're chasing Dr. Chalice, and Dr. Chalice luckily escapes, and then he knows he's got to go save Ellie by going into the factory where we get some of the best stuff in the movie.
Absolutely. This is when shit picks up. This is where that lull really ends, where it kind of goes on a little bit too long, in my opinion, and gets into some more of the fun stuff. Now, at this point, Teddy's already got from the drill, right? When he calls...
No, not yet, because I think that's still when Teddy... still waiting a little bit. And then that's when Teddy figures it. Yeah, we'll get to it here just a little bit. We're going to dive a little bit more into Dr. Chalice entering the freaking Silver Shamrock Factory. So yeah, freaking time for Dr. Chalice to go into the Silver Shamrock Factory, and then he's up there trying to figure out some things, saying, I can't remember if it's the factory or if it was just a random house, like seeing one of the neighbors, and they're like, okay, well, neighbor, help me, like I'm Dr. Chalice, man, like my wooing powers aren't working on this one, and then he goes in and realizes that person is a robot.
Then, yeah, that's the knitting lady, the one that's sitting on the rocking chair, right? And he's like, come on, lady. And then her head falls off. And he's like, I was bamboozled by an 83-year-old woman on the freaking shopping cart. And her head falls off as she's knitting. And then, reveals that it is, in fact, a robot, which tells us what, Bert?
That all hell's about to break loose with the androids.
Absolutely. And lets us know that all these mofos in the suits and shit are all kind of they're coming from the same cloth, which we'll, get confirmation. But that's kind of that clue that, that kind of sets that into motion, is the fact that her head falls off, which he barely gave her any freaking push. Like he's like, hey, wake up. And then the head falls off. And then here in a minute, which I'm jumping ahead a little bit just to kind of cap this point off. But Connell Cochran comes in. He's like, hey, man, this piece was from 1705. And it's a very freaking expensive piece, but all he did was fucking like give her a little shake and it fell apart. I'm like, come on. Fuck
Well,
off.
freaking Dr.
Anyway.
Challenge has a high mojo caloration, or like he's got a freaking high mojo midichlorian count, man. That's all I gotta say
Absolutely.
about that. But yeah, so the freaking kneading lace head falls off. That's when we put androids into play. And that's when one of the suits tracks down Dr. Chalice. And then they get a little bit of a scuffle. And then Dr. Chalice, using his freaking manly strength, pow! Freaking right into the chest. And then just all this orange little gook or something pops out of it. And that's when he realizes, shit, I just killed an android. And
Robot
that's
juices.
yeah, robot freaking juices, which that's a new one for me. But you know what? It's 80s cheese. It works for me. And then that's when Cochran comes in, and then it's like, yeah, I'm about to have to tell you all about my plan. And so just sit back, relax. It's story time, baby.
And he does. Connell, he tells him the plan. It's all like freaking, hey, yeah, Stonehenge, this and that. There's witches. We got to make sacrifices. We got to sacrifice kids. Basically, tell them their plan is to sacrifice all the kids. By giving them these masks. And here in a second, we'll see what goes on with the mask because it's almost time for the big giveaway at 9, which they've been talking about on the damn commercial for hours, days, weeks, even.
In a sneak peek, like Dr. Cochran is such a nice guy. He gives Dr. Chowch a little sneak peek on what is exactly to come at 9 o'clock.
Well, let's see what happens in the sneak peek because what happens is they give.
Sorry, real quick, just because like people are like Stonehenge, where the hell did this storyline come from? Because I forgot to mention when the kids were watching TV at the beginning, like with the going on with the commercial, there was a little like in the background, the news is that one of the rocks from Stonehenge got stolen.
Oh yeah. That's a nice little foreshadowing moment. Now we find out they have that here in the lab, and that's what's going to cause all this magic shit to happen. Is that Stonehenge is magic? There's witches, and like there's fucking spells and shit that they got going on to pretty much sacrifice all the kids in the world. Here's the preview time. They get the other family we saw, the dude, the wife and his and their kid. They go into this little freaking setup room. You would go for like a freaking test screening for whatever, and they put them in there. They say, hey, put your mask on, kid. It's time for the big giveaway or whatever. This is like for the screening. It's not the actual time yet, but this is a screening to see what happens when you put your mask on and you're there for the giveaway. Family's in there. They're having a good time. Dad's really excited. Kid puts the mask on. He's pumped up. The freaking TV pops on. The commercial starts playing. Chalice is in the other room watching live, and then the thing starts popping around, and the kid's up at the front, and mom's like, hey, you better not sit too close to that TV, otherwise your freaking eyes are going to go bad. That they do. This is where that actually does happen. As the commercial's going on, the guy's got the mask going on. He's got the silver shamrock token in the back of the mask there. It starts to activate, and then he starts to get a headache, like you saw Birdie get in the beginning of the episode. And yeah, just like that. And then he falls on the ground. His freaking head starts to freaking, I guess, melt, and then all these fucking creatures come out of his eye holes from the mask.
Yeah,
and
bugs,
the mouth,
spiders, snakes.
Oh, fucking A, man. Nasty as shit. Gets me every time. This is probably one of the most disturbing scenes in all of the franchise. First off, it's like the only time they kill a kid until 2018 in the franchise. And because this kid's like, what, 12? Like, he's super young.
I would say even younger, but
it could be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as all the like the varmints are coming out of the kid's mouth, like the snakes are poisonous, so they got the mama and the daddy. I don't know why I say it like that, but the mom and the dad, and they got, and then all this, we get the famous Dr. Chalice. Like, I don't know what to do with my hands. What do I do, Tommy Lee Wallace? Just go with what you know. And Tom Atkins like, you got it, boss. And then he does this.
No.
And I love that. I know a lot of people are like, that's one way to use your hands, but I'm like, oh, come on, man. It's all for the good fun and all that. Dr. Chalice is destroyed. A freaking kid just got freaking murked by a mask. And I just, what the hell, man?
Yeah, this is the cheesiest. This is probably the cheesiest movie of the whole franchise. Like, this is in the midst of the 80s cheese. Like, I feel like by the time Halloween 4 came out, it was almost towards the end of it. So this is like, it's cheese time. And this is, the hand thing was totally that. Dude, the fucking snake gets me every time, though. As soon as the snake pops out, and the score that plays there on top of the Silver Shamrock commercial, just a kind of unnerving little music that plays
Yeah.
whenever all this shit's happening, as the stuff's coming out of the dude's head. Creepy as a mofo. But yeah, Chalice, he's in the other room. He feels helpless now. You can't murk
Yeah.
that character.
Yeah, and then after Cochran tells the story about all that with like the freaking sacrifices of the children, so that I guess it's a cult or kind of like their witch brotherhood or whatever. Like they have to give a sacrifice every so many years, and then after that, Cochran puts on the skull mask of Doctor Chalice and it says "Happy Halloween," and then he just freaking leaves them. Like, Dr. Evil saw, no, we gotta leave him in a very escapable approach. So, we gotta make sure us villains know what we're doing.
Yeah, but it shouldn't have been escapable. That's the part that gets me every time. Because he tapes him to the chair, he ropes him up or whatever. He puts him in a chair, he puts the mask on, he puts a TV right in front of his ass. So that way, Chalice is there he's going to be there for the actual official giveaway at 9, and his head's going to do the exact same thing the little kid's head did. That's the idea anyway. He's going to sit in there, his head's going to turn into fucking snakes and shit, and then the snakes are going to bite his ass. Although his head's already exploded, so it's not going to matter, but it's going to be extra venom for the extra juice.
That snake gonna bite your ass.
Just like the one in Demons. All right, anyway. So yeah, he's got him. He looks like he's all freaking tied up there, bitch. He can no longer get out of the situation, but he does. He kind of rocks around, he moves, he kicks the TV and like breaks it like one good kick, and the TV's busted. And then he's able to get his hands free. He takes the mask,
like the glass shard, cut himself off. Yeah, gets the mask, and of course, Dr. Chow's being the fucking legend that he is. One toss, right?
He tosses
perfect.
He tosses this motherfucking mask on. There's a camera like 8 feet up in the damn corner. He just he's still tied up at this point. He just fucking gives it a old floop, and it just goes up there and it loops right around, so the camera can no longer see him. And so they assume, I guess, he's in there dying.
Cheese.
It was fantastic. Are you kidding me? Like that shit in a million years you're gonna make that shot, but he did it in the one because, yeah. I mean, but you know what? You miss all the shots you don't take.
Yeah, exactly.
Michael Jordan, i.e., Michael Scott.
Oh my gosh, yes. So we get through all that. Dr. Childs escapes. He finds Ailey just like on a table and all that. And he's like, okay, Ailey, we got to get out of here. And then he decides, and Dr. Childs, she's like, you know what? I'm tired of running. We're going to get freaking revenge right here, right now. So his master plan was to get all the little buttons. Or, well, first off, he turns on like the commercial. Then he goes right up to like this little like attic, not really an attic, but kind of like upper floor where they keep all the freaking shamrock buttons, which is a weird place to put them. He freaking tosses them off the top of that little thing, and then freaking laser beams freaking just shot all around and just killing people.
Everybody, dude, everybody gets smoked. You're getting silver shamrock freaking just beams going everywhere, and yeah, the whole room freaking gets murked by their own. The murkers get murked by themselves, dude. That's something we don't see every day. So that was kind of cool.
Awesome. Yeah. And that happens, and then I guess Stonehenge Rock got so pissed off at Cochran. It's like, damn it, you fucking failed me, and he decides to turn Cochran into paper and just disappear.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Which is random as hell, but you know what? It works with this movie.
Hey, bring his ass back, dude. Bring his ass back.
Please.
Yeah, man. I just thought that was cool. Yeah, so then pretty much him and Ellie, they escape the factory. They get out because he ended up rescuing Ellie, presumably, from the room that she was being held captive in, and they run off together, trying to get out of there. They're trying to get the commercial pulled from the air just in case that if it runs, that even though the Stonehenge is all fucked up, like they're still thinking that it might make all the heads explode in the world. Well, first off, we did kind of gleam over the fact this is a sidetrack. We get this random ass freaking montage. This is before all this goes down.
Yes.
By the way, we get this montage of all the kids in the world, at least in the United States, going out for trick-or-treating time on Halloween night. It's got kids coming from. This is how random it gets. There's Dayton, Ohio, kind of that pops up, and then they go to New Orleans or Baton Rouge, rather. Yeah. Louisiana. They got Los Angeles, Phoenix. New York. These mofos, dude, they're all shooting. Phoenix was there. Everything was done in California, though. Like, there's absolutely no way that they and it's painfully obvious that they are not in the locations they're saying. It shows you, it just shows kids dancing across the screen, and they got the silver shamrock mask on. They're having a good time, like they're skipping or whatever. They got their candy bags. They're ready to go trick or treating, and it just gives us that title card of wherever they're located. It even has New York on there. and it's clearly not. But that pops up, and that was good.
They were in
Again, just
Vancouver.
yeah, right. They're on a damn boat to Manhattan is where they're at. But yeah, that's just 80s cheese at its finest right there. That was fantastic. I love that.
And a
sequence.
budget saver too, because again, 2.5 million. Not a whole lot to make a movie, but you know what? This movie makes it work. But yeah, as you stated, Dr. Chalice and Ailey escape, and Dr. Chalice, it's like we gotta save the kids and we gotta shut off the commercial. And Ailey, who pretty much ever since Dr. Chalice has saved Ailey, has not spoken a word. So that kind of already gives you like, wait a minute. And this is where we get our android transformation death, because we realize Ellie's an android and freaking tries to attack Dr. Chalice, but Dr. Chalice's mojo count freaking just is way too high for her and knocks her socks off with car tire iron, and then just freaking
We get
swing
some more
for the
robot
fences,
juice.
man. Yeah, more robot juice, but this time it's green robot juice. So just it's higher liquidation.
Which is a flash forward to, this is a clue, foreshadowing, if you will, to Halloween 6.
Oh,
That Michael
gosh.
Myers is in fact an android as well. No, I'm just kidding. We'll get into that later.
Hell
but,
no.
but yeah, so she's an android. That was a cool little moment, nice little twist. And he runs to the same gas station from earlier that the first dude ran to.
How convenient.
Yeah, right. The same attendants there. He's just, which this guy's got to be tired of all this shit, man. People coming in here in the middle of the night doing all this.
He been trick-or-treated to death tonight.
You don't know what death is. Chalice runs in. He calls whoever you call to get freaking commercials pulled from the TV. I don't know.
Ghostbusters.
Fucking Bill Murray. So yeah, they take the time now. He's talking to the people at the news station or whatever he called to try to get the freaking commercials pulled from the air. And starting to work. He's like, hey, take it off. And then it goes off, but then they change the channel. It's there. It goes off. They change the channel again. Sorry. They change the channel again, and it's still there. The commercial's still on, and it's not turning off. And we get the freaking fantastic ending, Birdie.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Yeah, please. Thank you for letting me have this. No, you gotta stop this. It's still on, damn it. Stop it. Stop it.
Cut to credits. We don't know.
Yeah, and that is the greatest, probably door wide open ending in horror movie history, in my opinion. Because again, we do not know. There's theories about how, like, even I think Dr. Tom Atkins said, yeah, he stopped it. I'm like, no, I don't think so, dude. Because like, if he would have stopped it, they would have showed it. Because in my opinion, I think he was a little too late.
I think it's a little bit too late. I think if there's any hope in the world, it's the fact that they messed up Stonehenge enough that it doesn't explode. But I think the commercial's been on long enough at this point. It's beeping. Boom, 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 boom. That's not the beat. But copyright. Anyway,
exactly.
Yeah, that happens. Great ending. Fantastic ending, man. I mean, it's up there with Halloween 1, honestly, with the open ending kind of like evil still out there kind of deal. Obviously I would definitely prefer that original 78 ending, but this is in the same realm, I think.
Yeah, exactly, man. So with freaking that, we do not know whether the kids lived or died. You get to kind of like formulate your own opinion of what happened. Besides that, man, that's freaking Halloween 3 Season of the Witch.
Hell yes. And really not a lot of bad things to say about it. Like I said earlier, I think it drags a little bit in the middle. There's a lot of filler in there, I think, that could have been cut out, trimmed away. But really, at the end of the day, a very nice mystery, kind of detective almost storyline. Chalice,
which a doctor gets to play a detective.
Fuck yeah, dude. So, just, kind of that little, looking for clues and shit, more thought-provoking things pop up throughout, like, secret areas when they're in the lab and things like that. Just robots and shit. It's cool, man. It's a cool little story. It's a nice one-off. I would love to see this story redone or fleshed out some more, like a mini series or something like that. I would love to see them return to this and try it out again with a bigger budget, maybe.
Yeah, dude, I will easily welcome a remake, and like, this is just my opinion. I would enjoy a remake of Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, but I know the actor that plays Cochran is no longer with us. But freaking why can't Tom Atkins not play Cochran?
It's exactly what I was about to say, my friend. I think that'd be
I know,
fucking awesome, man.
I know it freaking will confuse people. Like, well, wait a minute, was he not like Dr. Chowsh in the original? I'm like, well, guess what? Was it freaking Jamie Lloyd, not Andy Brackett, aka Daniel Harris?
Right. You could also even tie it into the original movie. You could make it
Yeah,
a requel if you wanted to. You could say,
yeah,
yeah,
tie it with the mask, like the Myers mask, if you wanted to, just to kind of like throw that in people's faces because people get pissed off at that theory.
absolutely. You could say Chalice stopped the events of this 1982 disaster, but in the process, he fucking had to make sacrifices of his own after this. So he takes the role as Colonel Cochrane or something, something silly. You could tie it in and make him in there.
Mhm.
That would be cool. So yeah, I would love to see this thing revisited. I don't think it got its justice really, and just because of the way that they called it a Halloween movie, it turned a lot of people away from it. And I think you set the expectations ahead of time. You do a little bit of a mini series or a new movie. I would take absolutely.
Mhm.
And you try it again. You give the budget it deserves, and let's do it. I think the story is there. Killing all the kids,
Yeah,
that's
well, it's
crazy.
yeah, freaking dark. Like probably even darker than freaking Michael chasing his freaking sister around, if you ask me. But yeah,
Yeah,
I would love for this movie. Like again, I love the idea of the anthology route, but I understand Myers makes money. They want to continue the franchise, so it is what it is. So, but again, we do have to give our respects to Halloween 3 having the balls to be so different.
absolutely, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, we're gonna do our WTF and our best kills. So, Brad, I always let you start first with that. What is your most what the fuck moment of this movie and your top kill?
I gotta go with. I was gonna give it the sewing lady that falls apart, the one from 1780s. That was, like it's made it all this way, and then Chalice just shook it and his head falls off. But I'm gonna go with. I gotta go with. I gotta point out this age difference between Chalice and Ellie, dude. That's the weirdest shit. And then he's like, "How old are you?" "Oh, I'm older than I look." That wasn't an answer, and it's too late to be asking those questions at that point anyway. So, yeah, I think, yeah, that's the weirdest shit for me.
And then, what's your top kill?
It's got to be the head turning into fucking bugs and shit, man. There's some great kills overall, but this one, dude, it's honestly one of the most disturbing kills in the whole franchise. When the kid's head turns to bugs and snakes, snakes get me every time.
Yeah, like I hate snakes.
Same.
Freaking Indiana Jones right there.
Yeah,
But yeah, my WTF moment. I had some ones like the Dr. Chalice's quotes. Like that's a dumb question, Ms. Greenbridge. And then we also have like Dr. Chalice dodging the ex-wife. But to me, what really gets it for me every freaking time, I mentioned it earlier, it's the most random thing. I'm like, what the hell does that have to do with anything? Like selling your sort, like feel like just selling it. But that's overselling. Again, it's 80s cheese. I personally liked it, but it's still to me a WTF moment for sure.
yeah, absolutely, man. I can
Yeah.
concur.
Hell yeah. And then with Kill, I do love your Kill with like getting smushed with pumpkin, and the snake and all that coming out. But again, we gotta go back to the freaking like skull popping where the man in the suit gets that guy at the beginning and just pulls in. We hear that pop, like the
That's a great choice.
yeah, dude. Like it freaking bothers me every freaking time those sound effects. So that to me is easily a top kill.
Absolutely, man. That was my second pick for sure. We didn't really talk about the drill kill either, but that was a good one too. When
Yeah,
Teddy
that's a
got
damn good
drilled.
one with Teddy. Yeah. She got
Yeah,
yeah, she got screwed.
it it wasn't a drill either. Oh god,
See
oh
what you did,
god.
something party massacre. But no, I'm just messing. But so Brad, let's freaking rate this bad boy. So what would you rate this movie?
I'm gonna go ahead and give this thing a 4 out of 5. Yeah, 4 out of 5 for me.
All right, man, I'm gonna have to agree with you, man. Like it's not perfect. Sometimes like the cheese is too cheesy, but it's still a good time. Like an hour and a half movie, which that's plenty enough time to have so much fun and being so different in this franchise. So I give it a 4 or 5, 4 out of 5 as well. So that's just gonna be a freaking dance with Jimbo, man.
Hell yes.
Yes, sir. So, guys, that is freaking Halloween 3 Seasons of the Witch for our part of our HalloScream Review Series. 3 down, 9 more to go before freaking Halloween ends, baby.
Right, you are. We'll see you next week when Michael returns to Haddonfield, as does Dr. Loomis. We're going to have a really good time with that one.
Oh yeah, we're going to get into like a fun, probably I would say even our first trilogy in the franchise. We're freaking kick that off next week. It's going to be a fun time for sure. But Harry, can you stay tuned for that fun time? And what can you do? I'll tell you what you could do. First off, you could tell us, what did you think about Halloween 3 Season of the Witch? Do you think it's a freaking Gouda time with that 80s cheesy fun? Yes, I did throw a cheese pun in there, so live with it. Or are you part of that fan group where you really do not like this movie, that it damages the franchise? Just let us know in that comment section down below, and let's get that discussion rolling.
And if you want to help us find the good reels, you can do so by finding us on Facebook, Instagram, Letterboxd, Twitter, and TikTok. Those links are down below for you to find.
Abso-freaking-lutely they are. And be sure, again, that description down below, support our other fellow YouTubers that are doing this HalloScream Review Series as well, along with Chris Snyder with his written review of Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. But how can you support us? Well, it's easy. Be sure to like this video, share it, and subscribe, and of course ring that bell, ding ding ding, so you all know when the next set of videos is up and ready. And before we go, because damn it, I forgot it at the beginning again, but I'm going to say it before we get out here. I was just so happy with this Halloween 3 review that we did today. I'm more happier for freaking Dr. Challenge than a 6-pack.
That's pretty damn happy, my friend.
Oh yeah, but man, I am sad though, because we are out of 6-packs and we do have to end this review for this particular movie. But we've had a great time. We'll see you next week for Halloween for the return of Michael Myers. So we will freaking see you then.
Do 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 do.